So, how is the wine?
It's all right. Really a little bit more focused on the lack of soups.
And tea. They said they could get some leaves outside. I think they were being a little judgmental.
The one thing I really wanted to do here was to try to see if anyone in the brothel, whatever this place is, has any information about the goings-on in the woods.
I was thinking of looking and seeing if I could find any tracks.
Well, it might be helpful if some of us could just ask around, like without going to jail.
I feel like that was a jab. Was that a jab?
No, it was words.
With your words?
No, it was words.
You can make a jab at some way. Don't mind. I most certainly go ahead and talk to people.
Perfect.
Can we go after the current show is finished?
I don't see why not.
I like what they're doing with their legs.
I did not know humans could move that way. I thought they only had one joint in the middle of their leg.
You'd be surprised how well we can move.
I am surprised. I thought I had said that.
All right, so take a look around this place. Can you find anyone who looks like they might be loose with their information?
I'll go take a look. You stay here. I'll go venture around and speak to everyone and see if we can pull some information out.
Doris, are you going to finish your drink?
I'll take your bread to be.
Okay, you can have mine. And I'll slide mine over.
Thank you.
You can always order another. They were very keen on giving wine.
That's because they're making money off of it.
Well, yes, but I figured maybe they'd push some sort of other dish or thing, but apparently it's... I will go check on some of those tracks, I think. They said it was at the border of the woods, yes? Well, wait, which woods?
I'll come with you. The further away from the potential for being discovered, the better.
Right.
Maybe we'll find some soup.
Maybe. Just make sure that you're human, but perhaps not so obviously.
Do you want to leave Essia with me?
Oh, yes, that seems fine. Just portray panic if there's something wrong.
All right. And do you want to meet back here, or would you like to meet elsewhere?
I think we should meet back here, just in case.
Fine. We still need to get a room. Perhaps one of you perhaps one of you could get us rooms.
Certainly. We'll handle that.
All right, Lizard, let's go. To the
Very
woods.
good. Yes.
So, to be clear, what are the rest of you doing?
Enjoying the show.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
We'll talk to people later.
Fair enough. Then let's follow Arashtak and Harun. You are headed back out into the town of Sevenarches. It's still like late afternoon, not quite night yet, but dusk is approaching. And you would like to do what? You would like to investigate these creatures?
Yes.
Trying to find evidence.
Yes.
Okay, evidence about what?
about where they live, what they do in their free time, who they're dating.
Okay.
And I'll be looking to see if it matches the descriptions of what they said, or if there's some bending of truth with these tracks and attacks.
I'll be honest, Lizard, I feel like it's probably humans to blame. Bandits.
That is your go-to, I've noticed.
It's not just that I think the humans are liable to do those things, it's that they're always blaming each other.
This is not inaccurate. However, there are many creatures and monsters that do attack, so let us see if we can find anything. So I would like to go to the rough area. They said, I think they said it was just outside the gates, yes, where these attacks were taking place?
The southern area of the city is what they said.
Within the city.
Within the city or outside? Because I was pretty sure it was the woods. Am I completely off base here?
Well, you didn't get a ton of details about it.
I see, all right.
Very well.
But you can absolutely make some rolls. How would you like to proceed with your investigation in this explorer mode?
I have an idea, but if you know, Karun, please go first.
No, please, I insist.
Well, I was going to be doing tracking specifically. That's one of my expertises.
Excellent. Good idea. Let's do it.
Non-human tracks specifically is what I'd be looking for.
Okay.
Anything.
And you are heading to the southern area of Sevenarches to do that.
Moving from the southern district toward the gate, and if I find nothing, I'd actually like to leave town to look on the outskirts, not quite going into the woods.
I'll go with.
All right. Go ahead and make a survival check then, Arashtak.
I will. A 20, non-natural.
Very well. You are able to find these tracks, and they are rather strange. Whatever creature made these tracks, and you were told that it was a kind of creature known as a Gorga. You see that there are paws that look a lot like a dog or a wolf, probably closer to the size of a wolf.
But not wolven paws. Similar, but not the same.
Very close.
That's wolves, clearly.
I'm not so sure. Might I inquire my knowledge of nature to see if these are indeed wolf tracks, or if it's an exaggeration?
Sure.
That would be a 6.
Look a lot like wolf tracks.
They may indeed be wolves and not these fey-like Gorgas.
Yeah, see? It's basically probably trained wolves, trained by humans.
That could be a convenient excuse to attack merchants, admittedly. They did seem rather stuck on fey attacking when sometimes the simpler explanation is the correct one.
Is there any way for me to try to identify whether or not any alchemy has been used here?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
I don't believe it's part of identify alchemy.
You wanna see if alchemy has been used specifically?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it would be a crafting check.
All right.
Might I ask a clarifying question before that roll begins?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there a way to aid somebody in a skill you were also trained in, to give them a bit of a help?
Yeah, you have to make a roll, and then you potentially can add a +1. I think you have to roll the same thing.
Yeah, DC 20 check to give a circumstance bonus if assisting. I'm more than happy to help. I can also craft and alchemically do things occasionally.
Sure.
Oh, well, that's perfect then. Can we see maybe if this thing has been altered in any way?
Sure.
Alchemically?
So, yeah, both make your...
Just a regular craft check?
Yep.
Wow.
We're
did
like,
not
the
help.
we're like the humans leading the humans.
So I think what happens here is it's kind of difficult to set up and figure this stuff out cleanly. There's probably some light rain or something that starts to fall. It's very cold as well. It is kind of the middle of winter, and it's like that really cold, almost freezing rain, and it's just kind of annoying, and it stops you from really taking samples and getting anything cleanly.
This may not work. Were you able to find anything?
No, it's a little too goopy. It's not raining hard enough for the tracks to disappear entirely. Like, we could follow them. Yes?
We could. I'm tempted to do it a little bit without going too deep into the forest. So I think I would like to...
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you saying? Your
Just going to say we should do it probably sneakily. So that if we do happen to find the human bandits surely responsible for this, that we don't upset them.
Well, perhaps we can do this sneaking once we leave the gate rather than
Right.
sneaking through town looking... I'm a lizard. I don't think it would be very... It'd be very easy to see me sneaking through town.
I'd be suspicious.
Yes, exactly. Well, let's go
Right,
to the
then.
gate and see what time they close them so we do not get locked out.
Agreed.
Since the rolls went so badly here, I'm going to say that you spent probably a good amount of time doing this. It's probably been a few hours just to try and make all this happen, to find the tracks, to actually take out equipment and try and analyze things. So where are you headed now?
To the southern gates, I'd like to see if while following the tracks, make sure they actually leave town.
Okay, so you would have had to go outside the town to look at these tracks.
That's what I was hoping for, yes.
And you wouldn't have been able to investigate the specific site where any of this stuff happened. Number one, because you don't know exactly where it happened. So I assumed that you were just out looking for tracks and things. You're kind of a little in the dark as to exactly where this stuff happened.
Right, we never were told where. Just these tracks. Are these tracks that might indeed just be wolves? Are they going deeper and deeper into the forest?
No. The tracks that you found here. Let's bring you over to the map.
Thank you.
Let's do this.
That was the one thing we did well. Might as well try to figure out as much as possible about it.
Okay, so you would have been somewhere like in this area, probably.
Just on the edge.
Yeah,
Right.
down near there. And you would have found that the tracks are kind of a little bit spread out, and it appears that they are sticking to the woods. If you follow exactly where they went, they do head southwest.
Toward the river?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Then why don't we do this? Or, Lizard, let's go back and tell the others that tomorrow we'll go along the river and see if we can't discern the identity of these wolves.
Yes, that might be wise.
Get some sleep, too.
Yes. And there is a nice road that follows it, so we might have some help there, that would also be a good attack site. Yes, I think that is wise. We'll meet up with the others here soon then.
Perfect. Hey, since we're on the edge of the little township here, do we see any interesting flowers or ingredients of any kind just kind of growing?
That is a good point. I can indeed find medicinal herbs to use as some help in healing checks.
Would you like to?
Yes, I think I would
please.
like to.
Okay. You can spend more time doing this. This is just eating up time.
Well, we don't have... All right, then let's just go back. It's not worth it.
Oh, it's not? Alright, well.
It's fine. We'll just go back.
Yeah, typically all these activities take you a good chunk of time.
All right, we'll just go back. Tell the others that tomorrow we'll follow the river.
Okay. So, your investigations this evening, Karun and Arashtak, don't go super well. But after some time has passed back in the cabaret, I'd like to know what all of you have decided to do.
Well, we've been watching the show, but I've also been keeping an eye out, just kind of watching the body language of a lot of the patrons, seeing if there's anybody that stands out in particular.
Okay. There's a few people that stand out in particular. I would like you to make some rolls.
Indeed.
You can make a perception check, I guess, just to kind of pick some people out that you might want to talk to.
17.
Okay. Let's see here. Few people stick out. There's a few loud people that have sort of taken over a small area of the cabaret. They're very sort of rambunctious. They have they smell pretty bad. It's a weird acidic kind of smell. And they're a little bit rowdy, but not like out of control. This isn't like, people harassing servers and stuff like that. They're just a little loud and a little annoying. A lot of them have like stains on their hands. You can see like various colors sort of stained on their hands. You also see that one of the performers in the cabaret here was sort of making some rounds with some of the people, talking to some of them. There are what appear to be a few oak stewards that are like done with their work day, that are hanging out here and there.
All right. I know that Adronis was looking around and talking to people earlier, so perhaps we shift to him first.
Okay, Adronis.
I was wanting to speak to a performer that was walking around,
Sure.
seeing that they see people that come in and out constantly. And I was trying to make friendly with them. I gave them a bottle drink, complimented the dancing and the performance, and wanted to pull them aside. And I'm not the type of talker that likes to speak out loud, very loudly, so it was more of an intimate conversation, very close.
Okay.
And I was like,
Sounds like you are trying to make an impression. Is that correct?
I don't know about making an impression. I'm not trying to bed them. I'm more so just having an over conversation, give him a drink, if that's what you call an impression, and I guess so.
Or are you trying to gather information from them?
Yeah. I'm trying to make friendly with them to get information out of them since I see a lot of stuff happening.
Okay. Go ahead and make a diplomacy check to gather some information.
What's wrong with the 9s today?
A lot of 9s today.
It's crazy.
Wow. Okay. You do get their name, but it appears that this person is probably hit on a lot. This is Melisande, and she was a performer when you first came in, that you saw on stage. That was very fluid with her body and was sort of singing and dancing and also performing these acts of contortion and very confident body movements in a sort of performative dance. She says, "I'm sorry, I have other people to speak to this evening. Is there anything else that you needed?"
Look, I understand that you probably hear that sort of thing a lot, and if many people come up to you and try to get something else out of you other than just a good, simple conversation. I understand that you're busy. Can I pay for your time?
You can pay for my time, of course.
All right. So,
how much time will you be taking?
I'd say no more than 10 minutes.
All right. Let's call it 1 gold piece.
Gold piece. All right. But can I pay you after the conversation?
No.
No. Half up front. You understand that I'm new here. I'm where from I come. It's
She starts to get up and walk away.
I flip a coin in my hand and kind of like round it about my knuckle and have it drop like as a trick on my hand and then offer it to her. I see. Then you are very popular. There you go. Offer her the gold piece.
She takes it and tucks it in into her cleavage.
I keep her eye out where she did that. No.
All right.
Since I paid
On
for
the
your
clock.
time, would you mind us have a conversation over here, away from everyone?
As long as we're still in view of the guards, that's fine.
Fair enough. And I lead her to or have her lead me, this is our establishment, to a place that's more one-on-one. And I will lead in and I would say, this is a very nice place. And your performance was excellent.
Thank you.
How long have you been here?
Not very long.
Oh, but that's not very long.
I didn't exactly like the way that many people were treated or are treated when they come to this place. Not this establishment, mind you, but I mean Sevenarches.
Oh. How were they treated? I kind of feel with that earlier.
It's
I had
only recent.
Oh. Well, do tell.
I did. I've been here a few months.
What you said that you were upset at how people were being treated. I relate to that because earlier a god harassed me. No reason at all.
The Oak Stewards are very, very aggressive.
Yes. That is one way to put it. But you know, there's always a cause for an action and always consequences, whether it's positive or negative. And I heard it was due to some rumblings, some strange things happening around here. You've been here long enough. You see a lot of people coming in and out of here. So, have you seen anything strange happen lately?
There are lots of strange things happening here.
Oh. Do you have something that's top 5 on your list?
Since you've paid for my time. Well, you've heard of these attacks that have been occurring.
Yes.
Well, there's a few different attacks that I've heard of. People talk. Especially when they are giving you money. They like to talk. There's something about these attacks, the Oak Stewards, I heard them using the words Gorgas.
Yes, Gorgas.
Well, there's been a few attacks, not just the one recently. Specifically, I heard about some things happening in the Thin Lands areas where the farms are.
The Thin Lands, you say?
Yes. Most people are concerned about Hatria Pebblesworth along the southern road. But there were other attacks. There was another one. I'm trying to remember his name. It was Pavel Mosby. Yes, he lost his pack animal, his donkey, I believe. Well, he didn't die, but from what I understand, it was most distressing. Relied on the animal for most of his work.
You seem like you have a small emotional attachment to Mr. Nosby.
Not specifically, but I don't
He
like to
treated
see...
you nice?
I don't recall him ever coming in here. I've just heard people talking, but I don't like hearing that... I don't like it when a lot of the working class people here of Sevenarches suffer. It's not often that it happens. It's one of the town's good qualities, I suppose. But there's a lot of farmers that struggle to make ends meet.
I'm very sorry to hear that. Well, I'll give you a little bit of insight of my questions, because it may seem strange that I'm asking you this. I'm on an investigation. I would not want any more people to get hurt, and certainly not you. You seem to be the light around in this darkness of this area, being the great entertainer that you are and seeing how popular you are. I would like for you to keep doing that without the worries of something strange happening. So any information that you can give me will be very helpful.
An investigation into what? The attacks?
Well, the missing, I think the mishaps that are happening around Gorgas, the strange things that may be happening around town. As you said, you would like to keep this town very safe and in a natural state. And I can see they bring more business through the door. Honest business. Because those that I see around here, like those in the corner over there, they've been eyeing you for such a long time.
Oh, yes.
Those guards over there, their attention are on me, not you. And They do not belong here. They're not from here. But it seems like they go to that same spot often. You tell by the way they lean against the banister. Everyone is on edge. You don't know who are allies or who can be enemies. So with this investigation, we can probably help a through that is not anybody in this town and no one will get hurt. Your time is valuable, I know. So is the idea of keeping this place safe. As you know, Bolarian isn't a place likes to hold true secrets, positivity. So would you help me?
I don't know how else I can help you.
Well, that'll be here for a while. I'll come in, I'll check up on you. Maybe buy you a drink. And if you see anything very strange happening or any leads, when you talk to these many people, would you mind coming to me and letting me know? Once we gathered everything up, I am a man of my word. I'll pay you for your services. But the best payment that I can give you is safety. What do you say about that? Honest. No back in. No tricks. I give you my word. I'm a man of my word.
We'll see. But for now, there have been a few other strange things that you might want to look into.
I'm listening.
The library here. It's known as the... Well, it's the rather conical shaped building. You might have seen its sort of tower. That is... Well, it's called the Quaking Stacks.
The Quaking Stacks.
Yes.
Strange occurrences.
Well, from what I understand, the Oak Stewards are not allowing anyone inside the library, which is strange.
You know, I get an uneasy feeling around them. I've been around a lot of guards in my days, believe me. And it seems like they almost want to have a bone to pick with someone. I appreciate your time. And you know what? As bonus, I'll update you.
Thank you.
Then I'll come in and see a little bit more of your dances. Until then, I believe I have 30 seconds left of your time.
You're wasting it.
Your hand.
What about my hand?
A shake. I take it gently and I do a Southern Orisian bow with it, a shake, and I take a note at how her hand feels, the softness of it or the roughness of it.
Okay,
the
make a
length.
perception check.
Okay. $17.
Okay.
I want to see if she works with her hands, how trained they are. If she ever held a weapon of any sort.
She has held a weapon before. You can notice that these 3 fingers have some calluses on them, indicating proficiency with a bow and arrow.
Have you ever met a Varisian man before?
It's It's rare, but occasionally.
That's nice. And I wink and I pull away and I leave her before she leaves me. And then I go sit at the tabletop where if they're serving drinks, and I kind of smirk and watch her leave and take a drink. There is more to meet the eye to you. You'll find out soon enough. And I look over and at the corner of my eye to Arcilia and Yara, and I throw a smirk as the camera pans to them.
Now, to be clear, he was speaking with the woman that we saw walking around.
Yes. She was the first performer that was on stage when you came in initially.
All right. So, Arcelia, shall we try to go work our magic on some people?
I will accompany you, but I will be transparent. My intention is to honor what I have agreed to with Duke and Alice, the two individuals that I met earlier today.
Very well. All right.
So I'll follow your lead. How's that sound?
Well, do you see them around anywhere?
I stand up to my full 7 feet height. Do I see them anywhere?
You can make a perception check.
16.
Yeah. Duke is probably at the bar, and as you stand up, he probably notices you and waves.
Ah, Duke is over there. I suppose it wouldn't be too much trouble making friends with some locals. They might be able to.
In the background, he's like...
Just be careful with that one. I think he might want to... Well... shove his tongue down your throat or something of that variation.
Oh, why would he
Look
do
at him, he's
that?
panting like a dog into his palm to test his breath. That's disgusting.
Oh. Is that an indication that someone wants to stick their tongue down your throat?
I mean, it's possible. He's concerned about how his breath smells, no?
Oh. This is good. I
mean-
should add this to my novel.
Certainly.
Well, you can try. If you need anything, just signal for me.
Certainly. I'll go and talk to those really loud, obnoxious people over there. They seem interesting and like they might be loose with their lips.
I'll be keeping my eye on you.
All right. I'll keep my eye on you too. If you need me, do whatever signal you... What kind of signal would you like for me to save you from? Like with, I mean...
I will just call you over.
Ah, certainly. Okay. All right. All right.
Good luck.
Good luck.
I will go approach Duke.
And I will
Okay.
go approach the rambunctious group.
Okay. What would you like to do here in Explorer mode? What is your goal, each of you?
I would like to gather information specifically about the Oak Stewards and also if they know anything about the Minister.
The Minister. You mean the Magister?
The Magister.
Okay. The Magister is kind of like the judge, basically.
Well, they are mortal, they are human, presumably. They've got to have some vices or some kind of angle that would help us, maybe? Something they're sympathetic to.
Okay. Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
All right. That is a nat 1 into a 7.
Okay. All right.
I have a feeling Duke doesn't really want to answer questions about the Magister.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of overt flirting and
All over my head, by the way. I'm very confused.
thought you meant the flirting was like on your head.
I don't think that he would be able to reach the top of my head.
Very impressive. So a lot of flirting. He's very confused, and overall, it seems like he doesn't seem to know really anything about the Magister. Is the impression that you get after having the conversation with him. So, can I buy you a drink or?
Oh, yes. What are you drinking?
Oh, this is just a honeyed mead.
I want one of those, please.
Oh, sure. Two more honeyed meads. So do you, how long are you staying?
I'm not quite sure. Maybe a couple of days. I'm here on the capacity of investigating for both my novel and, trying to see what's going on. I've heard all sorts of things about Gorgas.
What's that? Yeah. Oh, like the attacks. Yeah, I don't really know anything about it. So, he like leans over to you and will casually
I look down at him.
Yeah, he like casually put like a hand like on your hand. So,
Why is your hand so sticky?
Sorry, it's a problem. Are you going to you're going to be in town for a while or?
Do you know nothing about the Gorga?
No.
What about the arches?
What?
You guys know the 7 arches?
Yeah, they're in the middle of town.
Do you think you'd be able to get me to be able to get a closer look at them? For my novel, of course.
This is gonna be another. This is actually going to be.
Hold on, before you said DC, look at my semi-accurate representation of the arch. How much better could I make it if I got a closer look?
Yeah, and in reality, it looks exactly like that.
Wait, I rolled a nat 20 on that. It's beautiful.
I can't remember which it was. I thought like you rolled really bad or something on it.
I used my hero
hero point.
Oh, right. It went from a natural 1 to a natural 20. That's what
Yes,
happened.
it did.
Yeah, so it actually looks, it's like super accurate. Duke is like, oh wow, that's really impressive. Go ahead and make a. It's not really a coerce request. I think this is a diplomacy check as well.
Okay. 11.
I'm not an oak steward. They keep those gates really, like tightly under watch, especially lately.
Do you have any suspicions why anything's different?
Suspicions? You can see quite clearly that he definitely does on his face. You don't even have to make an inside check here.
I'll put my hand on his hand.
Oh.
I hate this.
Oh, okay.
Suspicions? Any? One? I'll take my hand away because clearly it's breaking his brain.
This is, This is good. This means I mean it happened kind of around the time that the attack started.
So you think they're connected?
Maybe. I don't really know. It's way out of my area of expertise. I just kind of check people that come into town, make sure nobody's gonna get, dissolved because of the curse,
Yes.
People have been
That is
talking about
unfortunate.
hey, it's gone now. Supposedly some elves have made their way into town, but I still think it's important that we, warn everybody.
All right. Well, finish your drink. I will glug, 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 glug. Get us another round.
Can we have 2 more? Thanks.
And then I will continue some small talk with Duke.
Sure. Meanwhile, Yara.
I'm grabbing my drink that I've gotten now again because I gave my last one to Acedia, and I'm heading over to the stinky people.
Okay.
Hello?
So I tell her, you better have the money or... What do you want?
Oh, it's now a bad time. Well, I just figured you all looked like you were having fun. I figured I'd come over and have fun too. Or is that not? No?
What do you want?
What do I want? You're in a public space and you being quite loud, I figured you might want the company. Why? Is there something private going on here? Did you need your space?
Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
22.
Have a seat.
Lovely. And I'll bundle my skirts and I'll sit down right next to this person. So, what were we talking about?
Just a little bit of business.
Oh. I can still walk away if you'd like.
You were the one that asked to sit down. Now, what can we do for you?
Well, I was just going to sit here and chat with some folks to see if you all knew any fun rumors or anything about the town itself, anything that might be notable. But if I'm bothering you, I'll just leave.
Do you need a loan?
Alone? I'm gonna take a closer look at these guys. You said that I noticed like a weird kind of like stain on their hands and what have you?
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm up close, I want to take a very good look at them.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Is there anything about like these stains or anything that I would be able to correlate in my mind? Or is there anything that stands out in particular that could identify
You can make a
them and their trade?
crafting check.
Crafting, okay. 14?
They are most likely tanners.
Well, no, I wasn't looking for any sort of, loan. I was just looking for good conversation and company and seeing if you knew anything about the town or anything about these Gorgas, perchance.
We know plenty about the town. What about some compensation for this knowledge? You know, information is a very, very marketable commodity.
That is very true. However, it depends on the type of information. If you're just going to tell me, ooh, there's a sweet bar down below if you go down these steps and under a bridge in the middle of nowhere, that's not really anything I care about. You see, I'm an investigator, so I am investigating. Is there anything you think that will actually be worth my time?
They sort of look at each other a bit confused. What are you investigating?
These Gorgas. Do you know anything about them?
They sort of look at each other. There's a few subtle bits of communication done with some of these looks. Looking around, you can actually notice quite similar features amongst all of them. They must be brothers and sisters here in this little group. They're definitely related, or cousins or something. But they all look at each other and we don't really know much. As much as we'd like to take your money.
Do they look like they're telling the truth?
Make an insight check.
Insight. Why am I not seeing insight? Is it meant to be something else?
Actually, I'm sorry. That doesn't exist in this game. It's perception.
Perception, okay.
Perception.
24.
They probably know a little bit more about it, but it doesn't seem like they're very interested in telling you.
Why would you lie to me?
Well, frankly, I don't really know who you are. You just
Yara,
sat down
nice
at our
to meet
table,
you.
and you decided to ingratiate yourself into our conversation, and you haven't flashed any coin or anything that might catch our interest. So,
Well, if you'd like to shake my hand first, that would be appropriate, considering I've attempted to introduce myself. After I tried to be quite kind to you, and you were incredibly rude.
they hold up their hands. All of them. They're just like stained with various chemicals, and you get out of the habit of shaking hands when you work at a tannery.
Certainly. How long have you been doing that?
Quite some time. It runs in the family.
Yes, I can see. Interesting. Well, depending on your information, I can provide some coin. Say 2 gold pieces? That's if it's good. 1 if it's...
I don't really have any information on these Gorgas. Heard a little bit about the attacks, but I don't have any information.
Fair enough. Do you know anything about the Aiudara, then?
They look around at each other for a second. With your 24 perception check, you definitely notice a few looks. What about them?
I lean back and I smile and I take a sip of my drink. Well, you seem to know something. I'd like to know probably the juiciest thing that you know about them.
All right, 2 gold pieces then.
1 now, 1 after the information. Put 1 on the table in front of them.
Fair enough. They take it slowly. So, what do you know about them?
Well, I know that they are meant to be, what is it, elven, yes?
Yeah.
And I know that there was this whole thing that happened with people disappearing. I know that a lot of them have made their way back. I've heard that they've had all sorts of different changes. Not much else.
Changes, you say?
Hmm.
Well, I don't really know much about that. But what I can tell you is that ever since these attacks started, the Oak Stewards have been taking extra care around these gates. 'Cause that's what these Aiudara stand for. They're known as elf gates. The whole town here was built around those elf gates. Of course, don't say that to an elf. They get rather upset. Think about it sort of like these Aiudara are like slang. Elf gates. They don't like to hear it. But from what I hear, this whole curse thing that's been going around for, well, as long as anyone can remember, it's gone. And the Oak Stewards are worried that people are going to be looking into the gates. There's been a lot of chatter about the possibility of people coming into town and investigating these gates. So if you say that you're an investigator, you're probably exactly the kind of person that they don't want snooping around.
Interesting. Now, you said that they were extra cautious. You mean that they've been upping their presence, right?
Yeah. They didn't usually guard those gates in the center of town that heavily, but there's always 2 Oak Steward enforcers there now.
Always 2. All right. Now,
That freaking alarm chittering like a squirrel goes off all the time.
ooh, must sound horrific.
It's pretty bad.
Now, so they're upping the presence. You said that the curse is gone. How are you so sure of this? You seem so certain.
What do you mean?
You seem certain that this alleged curse is gone.
Oh. Well, we may have helped a few elves check and see if
You
the curse
tested it. I knew I would find you interesting.
They smile.
All right.
We don't exactly like to follow the rules here in town, or the laws.
Understandably so. Laws and their structure are very rigid. Now, is that all? Or did you know anything else?
About the Aiudara?
Or the stewards? Either one.
What other information can I give you for 2 gold pieces? Well, I'll tell you this. The Oak Stewards are very secretive about a lot of things, especially the structure of their organization. You have to be around town to notice things a long time to really understand how things work. But they've got different positions amongst them, different ranks. For instance, there's an oak steward that goes by the name of Leody, and she's known as the voice of the wind. She serves as the speaker for the oak stewards in general to outsiders, and sort of works like a diplomat for them. A lot of the oak stewards that you've met, I'm guessing, haven't been very friendly.
No, it seems like everyone's got a stick up their ass.
Well, as I said, they're very secretive, and Leota usually does all the talking when necessary.
All right. Perfect. I'll take the other coin and I'll place it down very gently. Well, thank you for your time. And what was your name?
My name is Gareth.
Gareth. Well, Gareth, I appreciate your time. Hopefully we shall see each other again soon.
If you need anything that might be breaking the law, you can head on over to the Seven Sisters Tannery.
I'll
For the
smile
right
and do a
amount
little
of coin,
curtsy.
for the right amount of coin, maybe we can help you out.
Beautiful. You have a lovely one. I'll try to make my way back over to Arcelia if she's separate at this point.
I am currently sketching Duke.
Very well. Are you like away from Duke, or is this because he's?
I'm doing it in front of him. Have you ever gotten your picture sketched?
My picture? No.
Tilt your head to the right a little bit. Yes. Has anyone told you that you have a nice cheek?
Nice cheek?
A good, solid cheek.
No? Sorry, did I mess up the drawing?
No, not at all. It's perfect.
I'll try not to talk.
Here you go.
Try not to move my...
I just hand the sketch over to him. A gift.
Oh, thanks. We're gonna need a roll here.
It's going to be fantastic.
We'll see.
Absolutely smashing with detail.
Let's
What
see.
do I roll?
Ooh, this is probably... I will take performance or crafting.
Would you take perception?
We'll say you can make a perception roll, and this could potentially add to the other roll. How's that?
I love it. That's a 10 perception.
Nope.
Okay. Performance. 8.
Yeah, this is a rough one.
Try to close your eyes a little bit when you look at it.
Is it? Ooh, that's what I look like?
Well, yes.
Oh.
I don't normally draw people. I'm
What
more of a
what do you normally draw?
architectural kind of artist.
Oh. Okay.
You don't like it?
No, it's great.
Well, thanks for the drinks. I think my friend is ready for me to rejoin them.
Oh, right. So, you know.
I'll probably be here tomorrow if you want to catch
Oh.
up again.
Yeah, great. Okay.
Bye. I just get up and I leave. Yara.
Hi.
Are you alright? You didn't try to... Ugh.
Oh no, I would have ripped it out of his mouth if he tried.
Wonderful. Alright. Well, I got a little bit of information out of those rowdy people. They may be a valuable connection later on, but they were kind of assholes. So, there are the stewards over there that we could also speak with if you'd like to, or we could call it quits on the talking to people thing, or maybe try and see if we can get Adronis over here and see him mingling, unless we want to leave him too lonesome.
Let's go sit back down. Maybe Adronis will come to us.
Certainly. All right. Mosey on over to the table we were using.
Yeah. It's been a few hours since you've been doing all this.
I will reach into my pocket and gently pet Essia.
Very well. Adronis, do you make your way back to them?
Slowly. I'll get up after I finish my drink. Or a couple of drinks, and I'll be like, oh, this should slow down. Put it down, and I purposely walk past Melisande. And I keep my head forward, but my eye is still on her. And I just looking at how she handles conversations with others. As I walk by, and I'll make my way to the table. And I'll just...
Do your feet hurt too?
Oh, no, I had fun. This is a great place. I would like to come back. But anyways, how about you? How's your conversations?
Why did you start, Celia?
I think I offended someone. I tried to draw them. They didn't like it.
Oh dear, did you try to draw them like you threw the gate?
It's the same shape, just upside down.
Oh, sorry, Celia. You know, he fancies you.
Why?
I don't know, maybe it's your musk. And I look over at him.
He's drinking heavily.
What did you do to him?
I drew his picture. That's
And
it.
Have you counted the cups? The steins?
Those are mostly mine.
Then why is he still drinking out of them? He's drinking out of yours too? Okay. All right. Yara, tell me that you had better luck.
Oh, perhaps I did. Well, first and foremost, the curse is no longer... I'm making sure I lower my voice here. The curse is no longer actually in existence, as we have figured out, but I have proof.
Thank goodness for that.
The Tanners over there, yes. But ever since that...
And so it makes sense that if you have anything like possible, any kind of like mammalian thing, it's easy to domesticate it with the right number of treats. Just have to get the treat it wants.
I wonder if we could do that with the interact creatures we were finding.
You could do it with anything. You could do it with
like
the human.
nuts. Oh, humans.
Yeah, you could do it with the human.
Really?
Oh,
You can
boy.
have to
condition
find the
them
right
with nuts.
Oh, we're sitting over here.
Right timing, yes.
There they
Yes,
are,
we hear
let's
you speaking about humans over and over again. Please,
Sit down.
sit and stop labeling.
I mean,
As I look around.
I mean, they are odd.
I'm hello?
Hello?
I am a human.
I know, I said what I said.
We went out to look for tracks. We found some tracks, and
Yes.
we couldn't really identify like what they are, but they look like wolves and they're going south along the river. So I think tomorrow we try that. What did you guys find?
Perfect timing. Yara, continue.
Yes, well, just to update you, I found out from our not so lovely friend, because they were very difficult to get information out of until I ended up giving them coin and actually forcing the conversation to go in a positive light, because they were like actual stone walls
Yara,
to speak to.
you're rambling and you're speaking
anyway.
very fast.
Sorry, it was the unimportant part of it. But we now have a location that if we need anything illegal done, we can go to the tannery. Two, the curse is apparently done, which, obviously, but they...
Oh, that's interesting.
The locals know about it, and ever since that, the Oak Stewards have been incredibly secretive and also have been upping their presence greatly around the Aiudara. Apparently they didn't used to guard it. So something's up with that.
So she can take off that ridiculous disguise now.
Oh, no. It'll still cause an issue. It's just that, no one's going to evaporate into thin air, which is nice. Also, and lastly, they told me that there are, various ranks within the stewards. So, for example, there is this one person who is an Oak Steward by the name of Leodi, and Leodi is known as the voice of the wind. And with regards to that, that means that she is essentially their diplomat, so to speak. So that might be a valuable person to get to know at some point, perhaps if we end up staying here longer, for whatever reason.
Oh, and since we're all together, I did notice something, Yara, when you were extending the device into I think it needs to be held in it for some time. I think that is why it was mostly ineffectual.
Oh, so you got arrested for no reason then?
Well, I wouldn't say
Seems
it's no
like it.
reason. We found out that valuable bit of information, and I was the only one actually trying to fucking do something in that moment. So if we could please not make light of a situation that was absolutely horrific and stupid because I was trying to get things done for us, that would be marvelous. Now shall we move on?
I have something for
What
you.
has she been drinking?
Right.
I helped.
I froze
Yes, you did.
the rope.
Wonderful job.
It is
Okay,
break.
well.
It's very magical.
Would you like
Magic rope.
would you like a little picker upper?
I don't
just
know
like
if you should
No.
give her that, because that
Something
probably put her in the mood
No.
just now.
I
with
am
your
just
crafts.
something to really
I have
jitter your
been-
veins.
I have been taking jabs all day, and I am not interested anymore. So let us
No, it's
continue.
not. Just want. Never
No,
mind.
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you,
More
Carl.
for me.
Well, I had a great night.
Good.
Care to elaborate?
Oh yes, so I got to speak to the main dancer here, a performer, as I like to put it.
Is she
Put
the
her
one with the
aside.
legs that go backwards?
Yes, the one that was able to put her head between her feet from
It's odd.
behind. I quite interested in seeing that. But the more important thing is that she's given me very valuable information. So, believe it or not, it was a very nice conversation. It only cost me 1 gold coin. With that, there have been multiple strange things happening about. It wasn't just what we've heard about. So, Patricia Pebblesworth was found along the southern road, was attacked. Probably by the Gorgas. It's about the donkey. In the Thin Lands. Might be a good place to start looking. No. Pablo. The Noseby has lost his donkey. That's the one that lost the donkey, yes. And then there's
Gorgas. Gorga.
Gorgos. A creature?
The
Lizard.
Yes, the
Could the
Gorgas.
Gorga be the thing that made the tracks that we saw?
That was my hope. It looked somewhat wolf-like in the tracking, but I've not seen a Gorga before. Perhaps they have wolf feet.
Well, do we know where the thin lands are in relation to where we are now?
You said the south, did you not?
The thin lands, yes, to the south. And also, there is a library. Now, this is where our little oak friends come into play. The library here is called Quaking Stacks. They've been very, very overly protective of that area. To be hiding something. She doesn't seem to really care for them too much, and from the looks of it around here, as you see those two over there, the very rogue-like troop, they're staring at those guards. Don't think that they like the oak friends either.
The Tanners didn't either. Made a point to mention how all of them pretty much have a very aggressive way of speaking to people.
Yes. So it seems that we are at a crossroads. They're not allowing anyone inside the library. We have multiple ways to tackle this. We can either stay together and follow the tracks when there's light of day. Do not particularly think it's a good idea to go out at night. I wanted to kind of check on the gates, but it's probably not a good idea for me to be near them.
I would like to suggest something. I feel like the human disguise is starting to drip on my face a little bit because of the rain, so I'm kind of thinking it would be a good idea to just maybe sleep here and then go out tomorrow to look for more clues.
Well, yes,
Maybe
of
it
course.
won't be raining.
Yes, that was the plan. To go out there in the light of day, because at night we do not know. It seems like everyone is a bit more guarded at night and want to stay in more public places, probably from the disappearances.
Would also like to suggest maybe that we just go south to look, rather than trying to break into the library, since you've already been identified, no offense, by law enforcement.
Who would you think was going to break into the library?
You just started talking about it, and I started getting defensive because I'm thinking this means they're going to break into the library, and I'm going to have to find a way to talk to somebody else and pretend like I'm not in the group.
Well, were you going to
Noted.
say something, Rostok?
No, I just was sighing to myself.
Well, with that, I am going to bid adieu. And I'm going to find a room, a comfortable one. And this time I'm closing my door.
I'll come with.
Are the Oak Stewards still here?
Yeah, they'd probably be having some food and drinks and watching the show.
I mean, we have, before you go, we do still have a group of people that might be worthwhile to speak with while they are heavily intoxicated, watching a show, rather than when they are on duty.
I look over. Are they all... Can you describe the group?
Of Oak Stewards? It's only two
Yes.
of them. There's only two
Okay.
of them at the...
Are they the
probably,
ones
like-
that were at the gate?
No.
Male?
Yes.
Female?
Yeah, there's two female Oak Stewards.
Oh, I see now why you... Okay.
I pick up
so
my
one
flagon
of
of honey mead.
I
So
will
I
go
have-
work my magic.
Wait, before you go, I have an idea. If we're trying to gather information on them, why don't you take some of these first? I would like to make a crafting check for some of this.
Okay. Are you...
And some of this.
Okay. So, you can... each day, you can... you have a pool of stuff that you can use here.
Mm-hmm.
You have... you have advanced alchemy and quick alchemy. Now, advanced alchemy is stuff
Takes
that
a little too long.
Yeah, that's your preparation. Your quick alchemy it sort of expires very quickly if you were to use it. So the quick alchemy is meant for immediate use.
That's right. So I have a plan. I'm going to craft you, going to just mix together a couple of little ingredients. And what they're going to do is make it so that you can see all the little details about them a little easier. And also one that's going to sort of fortify you in case they try to infect your mind.
That's brilliant. What are the side effects? Because
None nightmares.
The last time I ate something that you gave me, I was backed up for 3 days.
It's complicated and affects different people at different ways. Look, all I'm going to do is give you this and then take notes if you have any side effects, and then I can know for next time.
Wait,
I'm
side
alright.
effects.
That-
Irritability.
No, there's no side.
Irritability from the potion or whatever you gave me.
It's-
irritability. I'm so annoyed today.
oh goodness
I've been
gracious!
so annoyed.
That
Alright,
wasn't from being arrested.
It was like
Don't
a
bring it up
cascade.
again,
It was
please.
a cascade. It was a bunch of things at once. And then those people that I went over to talk to, they were assholes to me. I'm gonna go ahead.
I'll take it.
I'm going-
Run sentence
Please.
is one of the effects.
Side effect, getting
Going
arrested.
To craft it, yes?
Okay. And which one are you making?
I'm making both of them, and he can have. Can he have both effects at one time?
I mean, you could just give me one and give the irritable one. I don't know who's coming with me. I can handle two if I.
Yeah, I mean, just the
nothing new.
mutagen lasts for 1 minute.
Oh,
All right. No,
How?
I'll drink
perfect.
it over
Then
there.
We'll do this. Put it in your flagon, yeah, and then
Yes.
just pour the mutagen in. It's not a mutagen. It's just.
mutagen.
It's fine. It's fine. Just pour it in the flagon, and it's be calm. It's fine. Put it in the flagon, and then when you walk up, casually take a sip out of it. Yeah.
Okay.
I will
all right.
shove my flagon into Adronis's hand. I think you should go.
Why are you so
Yeah.
forceful with everything? You have to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so strong. I don't.
All right.
Why,
so I've
why are
crafted
you
both of
so
these.
easy to push? Huh?
Here are the two vials.
I
You can have
enjoy
both of
it.
them.
Yes.
And can you have both of the effects at one time? Do we know that for sure?
How are you asking me? You're the one that's
Well,
created them.
I'm asking kind of in general. I've never done it before.
That's not assuring at
A
all.
lot of mutagen for one person. It's all
You keep calling it mutagen. I thought it was just a.
Perhaps your
complicated.
legs will bend the other way like the dancers.
I don't want that.
If your skin starts sloughing off, let me know. All
I
right.
don't want that either. My skin is very important. I have
And if your tongue
routines.
swells
How
a
do you
bit,
get fresh skin?
Well, in the morning, I like to use a cold wash first because you don't
Adronis,
cold open up some-
I could also just go with you and give you some guidance.
Yes,
just for our
please come with
conversation.
me.
Well,
if you both
And that
are
way, if
going,
my
then one
skin
of you
melts,
can-
you can keep it on my face when I talk. Please.
if both of you are going, then each of you can have one, and then we
Yes,
don't
I
even
would
have to
rather
worry
that.
about
Yes.
it.
Give me the
Perfect.
non-mutagen.
Perfect.
All right, you can have. Well, we're giving the serene one to you, Yara.
That sounds.
Fair enough.
Very good. Now you can take the serene one. You take the eagle eye one, and then
Why is it green?
it's just. Is it actually green?
And this one's kind of lumpy.
It's like, well,
Well,
it's not really.
It's got
not
some
a
chunks
beautiful
in
green. It
yes.
looks like
Look,
snot.
it's really quickly. I just had what I'm working with here. Just put it in your flagon and hork it down like a human. Come on.
It squirt out when I open. Okay.
All right, hawk it up.
No,
down.
hork it down from your
Hawk it
flagon.
down.
Pour it in the flagon. Walk over there, and then while you're talking casually, hork it down. You know.
Okay, fine. I don't know
right.
why I'm so nervous. Normally, I'm
Don't be
very
nervous.
calm
It's
about this.
already sweating. It's
You've
not the
got
side effect. I'm
this.
marking that down.
You look great.
Maybe you need the serene one.
I sit
No,
down
you-
next to Rashtak.
that one's for you, Yara.
Specifically giving it to you, like it wants to. It's because I'm
Right,
human,
go.
isn't it?
All right, let's just go. Yes, let's
Right,
come.
fine.
Come.
I stand up and I awkwardly walk over with this flagon in my hand in front of me.
Sure. Okay, so just to be clear, you drank it down, Yara?
I'm gonna drink it when I get to the table.
Yes.
It's in the flagon, and then you drink it when.
Well, I
Yes.
asked Yara if Yara drank it.
No, I'm taking it like a shot.
Okay. Okay.
I just want to not be
Lumpy
angry.
shot.
Yeah, as she does that, I'm gonna be like, what?
There's nothing that happens, Yara. You drink it, nothing happens. You feel exactly the same for like 5 seconds. And then suddenly just this absolute, total, blissful serenity washes over you.
All of a sudden, I'm not riddled with anxiety.
Why are you pulling back your shoulders and smiling that way?
Well, maybe it reacts weirdly with alcohol.
Okay. And
Are you ready?
No. I start to walk over
Fix
slowly.
your hair. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Right. Right. Am I good?
All right.
I'm not lopsided, am I?
No, you look perfect. All right, here we go. I'm going to drink the not supposed to be called mutagen. That may give me side effects and a stomach ache or something of another.
Okay.
My skin's still on.
You drink the lesser eagle eye elixir. And oh, that thing's got a kick. It's super strong.
Flames.
And suddenly it feels like it feels like your sinuses are kind of like get like pressure there, and then you feel all the like capillaries around the around your eyes start to like pulse with blood, and suddenly you can see super well.
So you need to wash it down with some mead?
Oh my goodness, they're disgusting. You can see stuff crawling on their faces. What is this going on here? Oh, that man's pores are clogged beyond belief. This pus. Do you know that there's things that move around in your face? Oh,
I'm
Yara.
just back at the table going, breathe. Don't forget to breathe.
We must go now. I feel like I
Yes,
see
yes, of course. But perhaps don't make it known that you see things crawling on people's faces, though. That they might find that strange.
This is gonna make this harder. And so I just sit down.
Hello.
Are they all right?
No, they're fine. It's just working through the system. Do they look like they're dying?
It looks a little bit like they're having a panic attack.
No, it's just building up an immunity, I think.
Immunity to panic attacks?
Yeah,
We could just watch them like a show.
I mean, I kind of am.
it's better entertainment.
The wiggling humans up on the stage are far more interesting. I like this better. Excuse me, can I get some tea? I still have yet to bring me tea.
I understand all the secrets to jiggle physics now. Everything.
All right, Atronus, we need to talk to these people. Atronus,
Yes. Whoa.
please don't make me smack you. Get it together.
Okay. All right. Hi.
You walk up to the oak steward. This woman sort of looks over her shoulder as she's having some food and mead. Can I
Beautiful
help
night.
you?
Yes, it's an amazing, beautiful night. The rain is so loud. It's you could practically hear it by seeing it.
He's had a very tough week.
I saw you from afar, all of you, every bit of detail there is, and I just want to say that. Why can't all the other oak stewards be so amazingly beautiful? Your pores are so clear and clean and very open, and I can absolutely see the amazingness of every detail of your face chiseled.
I'm patting him on the back and I'm casting guidance at this point in time.
You're gonna need it.
You're gonna see a blue hue kind of just emanate from my hands while I'm laughing and just trying to be normal.
It's like the clouds are coming on me. It's like the clouds are coming on me right now because you're such filled with sunshine and beauty. Do you see it?
They are quite beautiful.
What exactly are you trying to do here? Get some information? Gathering some information here, Adronis?
Yes.
I'm just trying to figure out your plan.
What are they wearing?
What color are their eyelashes?
Yeah, I mean, they're wearing Oak Steward garb, so it's
Do
generally...
they look like they're on duty, off duty? Like they have the full armor on? Are they kind of laxed?
Yeah, I mean, they have most of it on. Like the cloaks are off, kind of rested on chairs. And they have like these like an antler headpiece that they've taken off and it's kind of resting on a chair.
Great. Can I buy you a drink for your lovely services?
Are you trying to gather information?
I'm trying to get them drunk
We're trying to
and
schmooze.
then gather information. Yes, I am the smooth. Come on.
Okay. This will be created diversion, I think, or
Is that
feint.
deception?
It is deception, yeah.
Okay. I have guidance, and
Okay.
I can see the
Get a
world
+1.
apparently. Please, Desna. Desna, why? I'm using a hero point.
That's fine.
Desna, I know I've been drinking, but please.
Hey, there you go.
Oh,
That's a
Desna.
natural 20, and it will also be a critical success in this case.
Thank goodness.
The Oak Steward kind of like looks you up and down and says, "Nothing
She
against
does, so I'm
having
just
another
like-
mead." Sure, I'll take one.
Excellent.
And what of you? Would you like one as well?
Sure.
Wonderful.
You know, I feel like you have been doing so much hard work. I'd love to see if I can just take a moment to get to know you a little bit better. And I get up and I slide in between them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they're
Because
just.
if I keep staring at them, I will be looking at not the right things.
Yeah, I imagine it's like a table for 4, and they've got chairs on opposite sides, and they just have their stuff like on the other 2 chairs. So you just kind of like sit on their cloaks and kind of push the antlers out of
Great.
the way.
Yes. Right across from Yara. Please don't kick me. And then I order
Your
drinks.
anxiety comes flooding back, by the way, Yara. Like it's been a minute. Like it's over.
Oh, goodness. Why are you staring like that?
No reason.
2 more drinks. I order 4.
Okay.
Actually, 5. Yes.
Make it 6, perhaps.
Yes,
I would like just to talk to the lizard for a second. Hey, do you think they're gonna pass out? I will bet you 5 silver coins that one of them passes out before they make it back to the table.
How many drinks did he order? I saw his hand go up a
5.
few times.
6.
6.
I
Yeah.
said 7, see?
I don't like these odds, but I'll take it. I'll say that he'll pass out 5 silver.
Wait, no, all right, so I'm betting that she'll pass
Oh,
out.
Okay,
And then you're
I've
betting
bet
that
him.
he'll pass out first.
Yes.
Yeah? All right,
Yes.
deal.
In my head, I'm like, hers wore off. Why is it mine? Things are getting clearer around me.
Like as you start drinking, like you taste it. It's like so intense. Like this mead, you taste like every ounce of the fermentation. Like it's.
I thought I ordered meat, not mud.
No, your sense of taste is just very sensitive.
Why is
Are
it
you
talking
all right?
to me? Of course. How's your drink?
It's good. They have good drinks here.
Very
that they
good
do.
drinks. Well. Look at Yara, I'm like, why are we here?
So, you're you work as one of the stewards, so both of you work as stewards, yes?
They look at each other. Yes.
And what's that like?
Suppose it's just like any other job. But we take care of this place. We take care of the lands.
Right.
I'm sitting on the cloaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take my foot and start like, you know how under the table you kind of like push yourself back? I want to kind of push the cloak to the ground.
Oh,
Not showing
okay.
any suspicions, just
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want to sort of just stealthily.
Thievery check.
Yeah. Absolutely. This will be the equivalent of palming an object, I guess, or stealing. So thievery check, sure. Now, I'm upgrading this to a 9,
okay.
but it's still pretty bad.
Well, I'm just pulling
Natural.
it down. I'm not taking it.
Yeah, as you're doing this, it's there's a loud ripping
awkward.
sound.
Oh, I am.
What are you doing?
I'm so sorry. I didn't know what I was sitting on. I thought the floor was wet, and I was just trying to.
You
I'm so
tore it.
sorry. I will. I can. Oh, you know what? And I look at the fabric. You know what? They cheated you. Where did you get this? You can see that the stitching job was not really well made at all.
Oh, look at it. It's ruined.
Oh, you know what? I will get this fixed for you first thing in the morning. If I can just have your information, I bring it right to you. I am so sorry. And puppy dog eyes.
Okay.
As I can see the veins in her eyes pulsating.
Yeah. This will be. Ooh, I don't know. Is it a deception check that you're trying to make here? Are you lying?
No, I will actually take it to get fixed.
Okay. Yeah, I guess diplomacy.
Oh, goodness gracious. Desna, we had this talk before. Why? What is the hate?
She says,
Nice gesture.
I don't want to see you anywhere near where I live. Now, if you'll excuse us, we were having some dinner.
Can we at least finish drinks with each other?
They look at each other and she says, get on with it. What are you trying to ask us?
Well, sorry. There's been, we've noticed that, there has been a lot of chatter lately, and I'm new to this town, and I can't help but feel a little afraid, because there are some scary things happening. And as I'm looking, I'm seeing her hair, like, evolve into, like, random things. Very scary things happening. And I want to know if you have any ways of helping us. I don't know why I'm so emotional all of a sudden.
It's all right. It's all right. What he's trying to say is that we've been hearing some pretty disturbing rumors about these creatures. It starts with a G. Do you recall what it was?
Gorgas.
Gorgas, right.
They look at
And,
each other and say, don't worry, it's being taken care of.
I see. All right.
Oh, goodness. Do you know that there are things crawling all over your face? It's like bacteria. They have legs, arms, mouth, teeth. They sink in and out of pores. Not even really going into anywhere. They're just lots of things are happening on you right now. And I'm so sorry. I just wanted to make sure you know. I'm going to go now. All right. Sorry about your cape. I can fix it for you if you want me to. But oh, goodness gracious. Is the world loud? All right. And I get up.
How much does it cost to fix a cloak like that? Would you know?
We'll have someone look into it. I'm sure we can get it repaired amongst the Oak Stewards. It's still extremely embarrassing.
Of course. Apologies.
Her wig's not on straight.
You have a lovely remainder of your evening. I'm sorry for the intrusion. I was hoping that we would have a nice conversation, but
To the left.
I think my friends had a little too much.
Just fix it.
You should probably get him back to bed someplace and
Most
let him sleep it
assuredly.
off.
Yes, certainly. What is your name? Mine is Yara.
Evelyn.
Evelyn. It's lovely to meet you, Evelyn. I'm sorry it's under these circumstances. And, you? What is your name?
Silva.
Silva. And apologies again. You, enjoy the rest of the show. And I'll walk it back.
I'm just standing in the middle of the floor waiting for her, looking at everyone. Oh.
What happens if neither of them pass out?
I was just thinking, I mean, Dad's kind of passed out. He's on the floor, right?
He's...
But he's not unconscious.
Pick up someone else's drink and drink it.
Stop drinking. What are you doing? I still have mine. You can...
What about
I'm not
the
going to give you
sex?
another drink, actually.
You see
are
what's going on
having-
here.
You are having some sort of a fit right now, and I thought I was a problem earlier. What the hell is happening to you?
Your lip.
What about my lip?
Your lips.
What about them?
All right. I
They
get
have-
up. I pick up Adronis and put him on my shoulder.
Wow. You have a really, really nice, firm... There's always dimples.
I'm going to
Another
go put
ridiculous.
him to bed.
Certainly.
Alright.
All right.
Can I- Perfectly fine
Are we
to
all
walk.
getting separate rooms, or are we going to try and consolidate? Do we know
I
how
thought we
expensive
were
rooms
just
are?
going to sleep in the same one.
I was thinking
Other
of
rooms?
sleeping in the river. Is that allowed in this town?
I don't quite know.
Blood's rushing to my head now.
Well, why don't, instead of that, we just all get either a room or two rooms, and we reconvene in the morning because the magistrate, he said to come on by tomorrow anyhow.
There's stuff on the floor that's moving as well.
I will
Do not walk
go over
barefooted.
to the tender who will lease us the rooms.
Going up, following them. Just gonna go sleep in their room. What would you call this side
Two
effect? Is
rooms,
this just
please.
madness?
I think paranoia.
Paranoia.
He also had very elevated taste
Every time she walks,
and
It's
and
like it
vision in
smells at me.
general. So, but like in a bad way, not in a good way.
Are you going to continue to be weird if I put you down?
I never asked to be put down.
Don't put him down.
Okay.
I'm perfectly fine right here.
I'm taking my second mead and I'm giving it to Arashtak.
Thank
You
you. I think I'll sleep away from whatever he might turn into in the evening.
I heard that. I don't want to turn into anything. That wasn't part of the plan. Mutagen. You called it mutagen.
I'll get the separate room too for me and the Rush talk, I guess.
All right.
Yes, I will
that's
probably
fine.
just sequester him away.
I don't mind staying up and taking care of him, so I'm fine if the three of us
Probably
share a
fine
room.
if you just lock the door and let leave.
Right,
Did you know
maybe
that their
like
tongue-
windows and what have you, you know?
Two
My tongue
rooms,
has a
please.
taste. And it doesn't taste like a tongue.
Okay.
Well,
You're gonna get some rooms for the night, and then anybody doing anything else for the night?
I'm going to craft a couple of potions for tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything I'd wish to do. I might take a peek at the river real quick before taking a nap.
Okay. It looks like a river. Are you looking
Thank
for
you.
anything in particular?
Yes, I was going to go into the river and take a swim.
Mm-hmm.
See if anything is similar to our last adventure.
In what way?
Rivers tend to be used for disposal.
Ah, yes. Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
I will do just that. Ah, good. In line with the rest of the evening.
Yep, you guys have been rolling stellar today.
Not me.
Yeah, it's nothing you can tell. I mean, it's just muddy and, very river-like. It's not a super fast-moving river or anything along those lines. But yeah, it's cold as shit.
Yes, I don't particularly like that, so I get out quickly and go to the room that was nicely purchased. I don't think they'd prefer me sleeping on the riverbank in this town.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other bits before you rest?
I throw Adronis down onto one of the beds, and then I leave and get my own room.
Okay.
Where are you going?
Drink water.
You are not leaving me in here with him alone, are you?
You act like it's a bad thing, Yara.
It is absolutely a bad thing. You are inconsolable at the moment, and I have had a very bad.
I am perfectly
Very bad
consolable. Console me.
Okay, I'll stay.
Perfect.
How long has it been?
You mean since you've had your elixir? Oh, it's still in full swing. It's only been 20 minutes.
I am going to get undressed and roll myself in down and stare at a wall.
Okay.
Maybe we do get another room.
My hearing is perfectly fine, by the way.
Really good.
Yara, if we're sharing a bed, can I be Little Spoon?
Of course.
I
Right.
will take a moment to journal out to the day's events before I wash up and go to bed.
Very well.
And I'm reaching into my bag and I'm grabbing a notebook to leave by whatever kind of table is near the bedside so that I'm able to write immediately after if I have any nightmares. Like the doctor told me to.
Okay. So, in a long-term rest, you recover hit points equal to your Constitution modifier, multiplied by twice your level. So it will be a minimum of 3 total, because your con mod will work out to a minimum of 1 here, and you get a minimum of 3 hit points back. And you get whatever your special stuff is back for the day. No one seems to have any trouble sleeping except probably for Adronis, at least until the elixir wears off.
Is anybody snoring in the room?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah, you got 40 more minutes of hyper-aware state there, Adronis.
Yeah, I'm
From
just.
under the bed, I would just like to be like, I can hear it too.
Wait, you're under the bed?
I've been here the whole time.
Oh, I scream. Hello. Oh.
I sleep through this scream.
It's under the bed, it's under the bed, it's under the bed. The thing that talks to me in my head.
It's just me.
Oh my.
On the wall, that's waking me up from the other room, apparently alone.
I thought you would have. Didn't you purchase a room for you
I
guys?
needed someplace dark so that I didn't get all the light and the ingredients for the things I make. Why am I explaining this?
So why did we get another room then if you're not going to use it?
Well, for Lizard. And for you. Well, I'll go use it. I'll just go into that bed. It's lonely.
I mean, you don't
Fine.
have to
No,
leave.
it's
That's
fine. I'll just go into the other room and under that bed.
Haroon, it's just you terrified him, and as such, you terrified me. So I think in the future, perhaps we communicate. I think that's all I'm asking for. Little communication between us
I
all.
can hear my heart beating, and I don't think it's beating
Right.
correctly.
Very well, very well. I'm going to go into the other room, slip under the bed to continue my crafting, and just, after a little while, I'm just going to... I'm sorry for freaking you out earlier.
And I just start screaming anymore. And I just like cry myself to sleep.
Oh boy. Eventually you make your way to sleep. And
Hopefully more than an hour.
yes.
Okay.
Aside from that, no one has any nightmares or anything for the night.
As expected.
But eventually you all wake up, you do your morning preparations and what have you.
I'm definitely up first.
All right.
I'm still
Yeah, like-
snoring when you wake up.
Sweat. Getting up, I'm looking around, airing myself out while I sleep. Put on my underclothes. And I just check on Yara.
I'm big spooning.
Interesting. And slobbing. And then I check on Basilia. I'm glad whatever I took wore off. And I get up and I start putting on my armor.
Why is the toast wet?
What?
It's always bread with that one.
I hear the armor clanking, and I
Slather.
start to come to. It still has bits and pieces that would clank.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Dagger and socks.
did you even sleep? It's
Oh,
the sun
You're
isn't even
awake.
out yet.
I slept like a dream. I was dreaming of dragons. They were making these awful noises, so they were like the whole night. You know, it was in this beautiful valley, but I just, for some reason, they just seemed like they were. Anyway, you won't understand. Yes, I feel vibrant.
Oh,
My sinuses are clearer. I see clearer. It's amazing to me. I don't understand. It feels like the bags under my eyes have gone.
so you don't see anything on my lips anymore?
You have perfectly fine lips. Why would I even? Let's see.
Thank you. Wait, perfectly fine.
I
Yes.
reach over to the nightstand, take the flagon from last night, and I drink the 8-hour-old mead.
She's still asleep while doing this.
I mean,
like
she's very
thick.
impressive.
You know, the honey is coagulated like a little bit in the mead.
And I can kind of chew on it a little bit.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi. We ready to start our day?
Both need to get dressed. I will leave you to it. I'll go downstairs and see what I can find out.
All right. I'll start adjusting, my pieces of armor and my pauldrons and everything like that.
I'll also get dressed.
Oh, finally, everyone's awake.
Yes, I'll probably be downstairs eating a light breakfast.
I'm with the lizard.
Yeah, I walk downstairs and then I look at.
Just to be clear, the cabaret probably doesn't have like a breakfast kind of thing. Like they're open
Can't
later.
get breakfast
Yeah.
at the cabaret.
No.
Oh,
They don't give me tea, they don't give me breakfast, they give me a place to sleep and nothing
Like
more.
they
I
have
hate it
nothing.
here.
They have nothing.
I don't like it here. Why did we pick this place?
I walk down and I join those two, and I look at Karun, and I'm just like, and then I walk over and I sit down next to. So we're just gonna call him the lizard, so Rastak. Slowly.
How are you feeling?
I dreamed of dragons, making all sorts of courting noises.
Would you call it a nightmare?
You know, whatever you gave me made me see nightmares manifesting, right in front of my eyes. I did not know the. I want it etched out of my mind. Dry throat.
Dry throat.
I heard voices in my head.
Madness.
Paranoia.
Paranoia.
Strange, because it sounded like you. But anyway.
That's the literal definition of paranoia, that someone's out to get you. Probably someone you know.
I had this strange dream. I don't know if it was a dream or leftover that someone was under my bed. It was just a little.
No, that was me. I was under your bed.
What?
Oh, that's where you went.
Well, I had to craft the potions. I can't do it with all the lights on. I have to be in the dark.
Oh,
So that they
it was
don't
up really
degrade.
late. Sorry, you could have asked me. I could have snuffed out the candles.
Nah, it's all right. It's cozy under there anyway.
Fair
Could
enough.
hear all the crying.
There was no
Nice.
crying.
A little bit of crying.
I'm gonna go get breakfast. Anybody want anything?
I'm coming with.
Let's wait for the others.
Oh, all right.
Arcelia was chewing on her mead.
Is that not?
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Is that what?
You would see us stomping down the stairs at this point.
Perfect.
Hold the door open for you. Let you go first.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning.
What?
Nothing at all.
I said good morning.
Yes, I said it back. Good morning.
Why are you laughing?
Is that not allowed in this town either? Can we not
No,
laugh?
you said it like there was something funny about her saying good morning.
Look, I had a very interesting night last night. I was able to see everything.
Yes,
And
and you screamed all night. You woke me up multiple times. Are you
I think
alright?
all night sounds like a bit of a stretch, right?
I heard
Me
your teeth
three?
chittering
Hey,
the
me-
entire evening. I'm a fairly light sleeper.
I have something for that.
I would like to keep my teeth. It is fine. And Yara will talk about that later. Not in front of everyone, please.
All right. I thought that the whole establishment could probably hear you, but I will. Anyway,
It wasn't me. It was someone else.
So what's the plan for today? Do you want to go
Breakfast.
straight to the justice house?
Yes, I want food. I need
breakfast
food.
first. Yes.
I did not have breakfast here.
We have to put food in them.
Oh, maybe we'll check out the market.
Wait. The way you say it, I don't want to know because you are in your experiments. Do not put food in us.
Inside of you.
No, that's even worse.
Within
Oh, what was wrong
you.
with the verbiage? I thought it was fine.
Are you conspiracy?
No, like let's get some
conspiring with
food
her?
in you. Like that's a pretty common phrase.
Is it? Oh,
I think you're just over analyzing what she's saying.
Cram it into your mouths.
Into your pie holes.
Your pie holes.
First of all, what is a pie hole? And second of all, why don't we just go eat like normal?
It's like a donut hole. Let's go get breakfast.
I mean, it is. If I were to eat a donut, I would put it in this hole, so then it would be the donut hole, technically. That's where the pie hole thing comes from, because you put pie in your mouth.
You know what, Rostok, I really think that we need to spend more time together to get to know each other. You know, I
I've
barely know you.
tried you. I mean,
Let's start today. And I pick up Rostok under my arm and put my arm around him and be like, let's go, lead the way, Rostok. You and your rivers and your sticks and all of the mosquitoes.
I'm happy to. Where would you like
It's okay,
breakfast?
breathe as you speak. I know you have that lip thing. It's okay.
The lip thing, I don't have
I'm
lips.
a very accepting person.
have
And I
no
walk out with a Rasta.
Very well. What's the plan for today?
Well, after we get breakfast, I think we should head southward. We'll talk about it over breakfast, I think. We saw a breakfast place around here
There's
whilst we
definitely
were
places to eat,
Certainly,
sure.
certainly.
exploring.
Do you
Yes.
think there's tiny cakes?
Well, we'd have to get some to go.
All right, well, we'll do that, and then we'll head southward to follow the river, yes?
After we talk to the magistrate. Remember,
All
we
right.
might have some coin coming into our purse if we play our cards right.
There's so many schemes. All right, we'll talk to the magistrate for your coins, and then we'll go southward to see if we can find, evidence.
Yes.
Gorgons.
The Thinlands, right?
All right.
Thinlands. Perfect.
To
All right.
the breakfast place. Away.
Okay. So it's not hard to find some breakfast. By the way, people that had drinks and ordered drinks, for each drink, it would have run you, it's called 2 silver pieces.
What?
Yep.
Damn.
Robbery.
I will have 5 drinks.
How many did I order last night?
I only had the one.
6. 2 silver pieces.
1.2 gold.
Never talk me into that again.
1 gold, 2 silver. Okay. And breakfast probably is gonna run you 1 silver.
So 7 silver total for me.
Wow. A whole breakfast, 1 silver, but drinks. All right.
You're trying to get everybody to drink the wine and have booze for a reason. It's not cheap, especially in the cabaret. All right. So, you are going to head to the justice house, and you are instructed that the magistrate is not available.
Interesting. And
Where
while
is-
this person tells us this, can I get a sense of if they're actually being sincere?
Sure. Make a perception check.
You know what? Don't make her mad.
8.
I told you.
Can
Yeah,
I also?
No. You can't. You can make a perception check, but you can add a 1 to it, essentially, as if you're aiding Yara. Wow.
Doing really great, guys.
Oh, wow. This
I have some more of
investigation
that.
thing. Maybe it's not
I
for
have
you
some more of
guys.
that elixir if you guys want it.
Yeah, so you're not able to get much out of them. They kind of rush you out. Something is definitely up, but you can't really tell what's going on exactly. They kind of rush you out of the place, though.
Does it look like the guards are kind of all in a bit of a state? Like they're all kind of rushing and panicking a little bit to get something done?
No.
Okay, they just wanted to get us out of there. Interesting. Well,
I have a question. Do I see any apple cakes
Sure.
anywhere around?
Sure. No problem.
They also have fig pastries.
I get a
Liar's fruit,
handful
we
of apple
call it.
cakes.
I'm sorry, what was that, Adronis?
I get a handful of apple cakes.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Figure that's gonna... We'll
I'll
say
put
you get
down
the
2
equivalent... You get nothing then for that.
Okay, I guess. Right.
Yeah, breakfast is gonna run you a gold piece, we'll say. Or not a gold piece, a silver piece, sorry.
Yeah, I did that. I did that.
So I guess if we don't have the backing of the magistrate, we might just have to take our investigation into our own hands.
Oh, you were planning on that wasn't the plan the whole time.
Well, the plan was to get the favor, hopefully get some coin for it, and,
Oh, yes, I did
utilize
say
that
that.
to be able to get a little closer of a look at the Aiudara without everybody breathing down our necks.
Correct.
Now, we have the issue of they are absolutely rushing us to get out of there, so I think that he only told us that to appease us.
Well, I will say this. What do we want to do first? Do we want to solve the mystery of the Gorgas, or do we want to concentrate on Aiudara? Right now.
I think they're connected.
Oh, do you know? So we should probably go to the Thin Lands.
I suspect they're connected as well. I would very much like to leave the place that hates it, fun and head southward.
Very good. Yes, I've been feeling kind of, So the Thin Land sounds like a very good place to lose some weight.
Well,
Do you need me to cook lighter meals for you?
It was a joke.
I tend to use a lot of butter. It preserves well.
I was working on my.
maybe you
Can't
should
be
make
wait.
some of that protein sludge you gave me.
It was a joke.
I have something for that.
Very good for
It
you.
wasn't serious. Yara?
What? What are you looking at me for?
Okay, well, that's film attempt number 2. All right, fine. Let's go to the Thin Lands then. Let's go see if we can find out how far it is from here. If it's a walk or a carriage ride, or let's see if
The
we can find a
southern
guide of some sort.
I'm sure we can
Away.
buy a map somewhere close by.
Why would we buy a map when you can draw maps?
I'm going to buy a map.
Moody.
Yes, for
It's
us,
pretty
safety.
easy for me to navigate out in the wilderness. That's not really a problem.
Oh my goodness! And just think, if you take one of her mutagens, you might be able to, I don't know, become one with the earth.
I could. Why would I want to become one with the earth?
It was a joke. The tip number 3 just.
I could become a beetle. That's similar, I suppose.
It wasn't
It's very
serious. It
similar.
was a joke. Joke. Thank you.
Oh,
finally.
that's one of the. Yeah, ah!
Yes. Exactly.
Is that right? Is that have
Yes,
the
a
right
little-
inflections?
A
That
little,
sounds
little
right.
lower next time, though.
This is why we will hang together more often on a stock to work on these things. The emotion, the tight skin. All right.
That's just how my face is.
So do we actually want to stop and buy a map so that we have some idea of landmarks?
I will defer to Arashtak's judgment.
I think
So-
if we
You're
just ask
confident.
for the rough direction, it said it was connected to the river, was it not, when you looked into it?
And I did not get directions to the Thin Lands.
Hey,
south.
you! I like your hat. Which direction to the Thin Lands?
I don't think that's how.
Thin
Does
lands
it
are,
work? I want it to work so
thin
bad.
lands are to the southwest.
Southwest.
Is the direction the river is running?
Yep. Let's see if we
Have a
can
nice
find the
day.
tracks along the river, and
Thank
just
you.
follow the tracks along the river.
You're
to
welcome.
the-
Nice hat.
Right.
Goodbye.
Arashtak, lead the way.
Oh, all right. And
I'll walk beside you. Don't worry.
I follow the southern gate along the river.
And I fall behind very quickly because I keep getting bit by stuff.
While we're on our way out, are we passing by the Aiudara by any chance?
No.
No, okay.
I would like to just casually bring up in conversation. So, which one of you actually has the best eyesight?
I'm pretty good.
I can see clearly now that the rain is gone.
Oh, I'm not giving it to you. See, what I want to do is give someone one of the eagle eye elixirs again.
Oh, yeah, no.
I just want to have some person in the party who can maybe look a little further ahead and see anything
Arashtak?
coming.
How is your eyesight, Arashtak?
It's mostly fine. The spectacles do help a bit.
He's already smelling the air with his tongue and doing all kinds of interesting things.
It does smell like rain.
Here's the thing. I have this elixir, yes, but I've also got another elixir that you can, as like a chaser that just numbs you out, it really chills your whole thing.
That doesn't sound very pleasant.
Just in case, you start freaking out. It's safer, is all I'm saying. It's safe now.
It does, in fact, start to rain as after Orashtak mentions that.
Are you a seer?
No, I'm a witch.
Oh, close enough.
Well, now that we have all of this established...
Yara, why don't you take this and just, It's the same thing I gave him last night, so just breathe.
All right.
And watch out for traps and also anything that might be trying to hunt us.
Okay, so Arastak is going to help us navigate, and I'm going to keep an eye out for anything that's going to hurt us or be creepy crawly.
Right, exactly.
All right. I'm going to go ahead. I'm chugging it.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm not going to be babysitting her. I know what it can do.
I mean, if you're expecting it, it is a little easier to take.
I could imagine how it is outside with that. It's dreadful inside.
So, you journey out of Sevenarches and begin heading southwest. You travel for some time. This is a fairly long trip. Takes you the better part of the day. Eventually, the environment starts to get very swampy, Orashtak. There's a lot of moors and sort of bogs and things around as you make your way towards the Thin Lands. And let's just show everybody what that looks like in terms of how close this is to Sevenarches. Because it's a bit of a trip. It's a bit of a trip. It takes you the better part of a day, even with rest, to head to the Thin Lands. And you will probably have to... This is probably looking like a 2-day trip.
Oh. Have we seen any of the tracks from before?
You can make some rolls. Let's see.
Yara, why don't you see if you can find any little wolf prints? Oh, they look like wolf prints anyway. We're looking for Gorgon prints.
Is it a group or a single?
Well, we don't really know.
I mean, I know where the original ones were, and the idea, at least I had, was to keep a rough idea on where they were going.
Mm-hmm.
If we lose the tracks, then at least we do still have a lead we can pursue. You mentioned Pebblesworth or a Mosby or something.
There is a Pabble Pa Mosby. Hatria Pebblesworth, which is was along the southern road, the Gorga scene. And there was another Gorga attack that involved Pabble Pa Mosby's pack mule.
We just need to find the person.
Will I see that name? We all see that, right?
We've discussed it as a group.
Okay. I was going to point it out, but...
Which name are you talking about? In the map?
Oh no, I thought you said we passed by this with that person, but never mind.
Oh, you were looking to try and investigate that on the way to the Thin Lands?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's two different things. You can definitely do that if you'd like.
I mean, if it's where we're going and where we're coming back, we can always do it when we come back, I guess.
Well, I feel like there would have had to have been a scene in regards to that out of Sevenarches, if you want to do that.
I'll bring up to the group and ask them. There was an attack that was south of Sevenarches. Do we want to look into that before we go to the Inlands? We might find some clues or something to know.
I would really like to know what the hell is going on with all of the Gorgons.
Who would know better
Gorgas.
than someone who was attacked?
Certainly.
And yes, that's what we were doing in the evening. We were looking at the tracks that did indeed go southwest along the river.
Right.
And that's what we'll do. We'll go look into Pebblesworth.
Okay.
Trisha Pebblesworth.
Very well. That will delay you on your Thinlands journey. This is basically going to take you the better part of a day then to investigate this. And you can definitely do that. So we'll say that you're going to spend an extra day talking to people and investigating this Gorga attack scene. Very well. I would like some checks, please. I will take First World Lore. I will take Arcana. I will take Hunting or Scouting Lore or Survival or Perception.
From everyone? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Of course. It's a fun day today.
Okay. So, let's see then. All right. That 23 was the start from Karun, from the Arcana check. All right. And let's see, the perception check from Yara is a 24, and the survival check from Arashtak is an 11. Perception
Have we been
check.
rolling initiative? We haven't been rolling initiative, have we?
Oh?
What are you
Is this
talking-
initiative for some kind of combat?
No.
Oh god.
This
Oh
is
god.
a perception score of 7
You
from
guys can't
Adronis.
hear that music.
This is the investigation music.
We gotta get Nicotine one of her own mutagens, you know?
And a 13 perception check from Arcelia. Okay, here's what you learn over the course of the day about this scene. Several days ago, Hatria Pebbleworth's body, overturned cart, and mutilated mule were discovered on a lonely dirt road south of Sevenarches. Since then, folks have steered clear of the road, sure that Hatria was attacked by Gorgas, but afraid to conduct a more thorough investigation. Hatria's ruined cart remains in a rut along the path, not far from her mule's partially eaten corpse. With your rolls, you're going to learn a few things. Okay. First things first. Both the flesh wounds and the wounds to the mule's shadow indicate a Gorga attack. Yet, in addition to the expected Gorga tracks, there's a pair of large, shoeless humanoid footprints farther back amongst the trees. Much like the Gorga tracks, the humanoid footprints frequently disappear and reappear farther away, suggesting flight, teleportation, or some other non-terrestrial movement. And yes, I said that right before. The mule's shadow appears to have been wounded.
You're saying its shadow was wounded, Karun?
Yes, it appears that the mule's shadow has been wounded.
How does the shadow get?
How do you...
Well, just look at it, how wounded it is.
There's these sort of horrible, sort of jagged, deep-looking furrows dug into the shadow. It makes no sense to you at first. You all look at this and feel this very intense and scary feeling. Nobody's seen anything like it.
I have a thought. It seems as though we're dealing with some sort of creature that's capable of wounding shadows. Perhaps it is also capable of moving through shadows. That would explain why the footprints are so inconsistent and dotted around the landscape so. Is anyone aware of any creature that can do such a thing?
Well, before you go digging into that, very interesting. I'm going to be right here, okay? Where you can see me, and I'm going to look and see if what you say is true. I'm going to look in the sunlight, lit areas, and see if there are footprints, and then I'm going to look into the shaded areas and see if they're missing.
Yes. You see exactly what was pointed out to you by Yara. Various footprints and things separate. They don't make sense.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Karun,
Yes.
you are correct.
Go figure.
This is rare.
Interesting.
Does anyone want to be in the shadows for a second?
No, not at the moment, but I do want to see, and I attempt to see if I can feel the wound on the shadow, if it's corporeal or not.
And how would you be trying to do this?
With my hands, my claws. See if it feels any different than a normal shadow would, which is nothing.
Sure. Make a perception check. Actually, hold on. Let me just see if there's a skill for this.
Occultism may be the only other thing I could think of.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, identify magic, perhaps. Yeah, you can do it in
So-
occultism.
Alright. No, I do not.
Ooh, that is a natural one.
Hero
And-
point?
And in this case, it would be a critical fail. Would you like to use a hero point?
Oh, I was going to say I would love to, yes.
Okay.
Is there a way that I could also be helping to identify this, and that way it wouldn't be a critical fail?
That it wouldn't matter in this case.
All right.
I'm using a hero point anyway to try this again. I feel some sort of spark of energy as I reach out to touch it and think better of it for a moment there until I can catch my bearings. With a 14.
Okay. You can still aid Arashtak if you'd like to, Karun.
Yes, I will absolutely be investigating this.
Make an occultism roll. Okay. You will add a +1 and making this a 15. Arashtak, it definitely feels strange. You can't identify any magic here. But it might feel a little cold.
I will angle myself so that I'm standing near the corpse. And I want to touch my shadow over the shadow and see if something strange happens.
Nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
I'd actually like to take a look at the body a little more closely. Inspect it for anything that stands out, any markings, if the injuries have any sort of interesting elements to them, things like that.
It's pretty horrible around this body right now. I mean, there's, the remains, are rotting, and there's, there's maggots and things there. Yeah.
You have eagle eye on right now? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
What were we going to say?
No, go ahead, please.
All right, so I don't notice anything that stands out in particular between either of the corpses.
No.
Does it look like they've been looted or anything like that?
Looted.
Mm-hmm.
Do you search the body?
Yes.
Okay. It's a pretty horrible experience. It's gross. Smells horrible. And if you have that lesser eagle eye elixir, it smells extra horrible. It's going to require, I think, a fortitude save.
21.
Okay. Yeah, you keep it together. It's rough.
I've handled stuff like this before.
Yeah.
Smell it from here.
Notated.
It does appear as if anything this person had is gone.
Yara, as you're looking, see if there's any organs missing or anything particular. Typically when things eat, at least I know in the desert, they go for specific nutritional.
They might target something. Yes, don't worry, back up.
Yep.
Do I notice any particular pattern in where they've attacked these two?
It doesn't appear so.
No, they're just vicious and hungry. They don't care.
So there are things missing. It's not just an attack. It was to feed.
There's no pattern.
No.
But you would see that, like the kidney specifically appears to have been perforated.
I would like to go through my notes. I have come across all sorts of creatures, haunts, and curses. Anything about rended shadows and something like this. Perhaps I can do an esoteric
You can.
roll here.
You can.
22.
Okay. I need to check something really quickly because that is important.
It's pretty gross. You want anything to, like, keep the upchuck down?
No.
I'll back up and rejoin them. It's all right.
How did you even?
You get used to this sort of thing working in medicine over the years.
Oh.
It's pretty nasty. How's that kidney? Is it kind of bitten, chewed on?
Yeah. Yes, it was perforated.
Seems like a wild animal attack.
Okay. With a 22 here, Arcelia, I'm going to say that you know that there are fey creatures that can... Oh, actually, it's a 20 here, which is pretty important because this is not one of your normal... Well, actually, no, creatures, right? Creatures is part of your... Okay, so that is a 22. It's an important number. Okay, so you know that there are fey creatures that can do this. You don't know the details about what exactly it could be, but you have definitely heard of fey creatures being able to do something like this.
I'll relay this to the party. If you look at this sketch here, it's not unheard of. There are fey creatures that do this sort of thing, so I would be very confident to call it a fey creature over any kind of random beast.
If it is a fey creature, then what have the humans been doing to upset the fey? They don't
There we
just
go again.
do this kind of thing. No, I'm serious. Like, what have the humans been up to exacerbate this type of situation? Why would the Fae just randomly decide to attack a bunch of humans? It doesn't make sense.
Well, they're guarding the Aiudara.
Not
They've
only
upped the
that.
patrols.
Yes. And I think you're onto something, Yara. It may not be just random humans doing it. It could be the our oak friends. They're being very strange. They're keeping people out of libraries. Maybe they're conjuring something. They had all these weird things like antlers, and that when I tore that cape at first, she was very upset. It wasn't like a normal, like, oh, it's a tear, I can fix it for you. No, she was fuming.
The locals there, the ones that I spoke with, they seemed to also corroborate that they've been a little bit on edge and that they've upped their presence and what have you, and that it was suspicious. They never used to guard the Aiudaras, and it happened right along when these attacks started happening. So
either they're coming out of the Aiudara, and those things are active, or it has something to do with the oak.
Well, I think it's pertinent then to find a way to ask the Fae, perhaps?
Ask the Fae that did
Well,
that.
not literally, but finding a Fae and trying to identify who they're going after specifically and why.
those tracks were leading into the forest, right?
Yes. They were. Yep.
Well, that would be our lead, I suppose.
How fresh was this? Just a few days?
Several days ago.
Several.
Just to be safe, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the human makeup for a little while. Not that I'm ashamed of looking human or anything, just, you know, being cautious.
Yeah.
Just watch your ears, keep them covered still in case anybody from town runs into us.
I'd like to go over my notes, and in particular, have there been any strange celestial events, any kind of full moons or anything like that 3-4 days ago?
Oh, yeah, go ahead and make I assume this will be probably it depends on what you want to do here. I mean, a moon kind of thing would be like nature, or I would say occultism,
okay,
or arcana.
yeah.
It depends. It kind of depends. There are different things here.
I'm going to try to tie it to more of the natural, the connection to nature here.
Sure.
See if I can find a pattern.
Sure.
That's a nat one.
Wow, the rolls today! Oh my!
Did I use my hero point today?
That I don't know. I don't
No,
remember.
you did not.
I'm going to
Who's
reroll
asking?
that.
No, you have not.
Did.
Yeah.
All right, using my hero point. 19. That's a lot better.
Okay. Yeah, make sure to mark down if you use your hero points, folks.
Yeah, I'd make a 0. There's a counter at the top.
Okay. A 19. No. There doesn't appear like there's any weird, like any astrological thing or any sort of natural thing that might have occurred that might be doing this that you can think of.
We could follow the tracks, but they're old. That's my only concern there.
Where?
Why don't we check inside the shack and just see if there's anything else we can discern about this person's identity and perhaps why they were chosen?
There was
That
also
is,
the person who was attacked but lived. They killed his donkey, remember?
That's back in Sevenarches, though, yes?
Where the scene was, yeah, it's reasonably close to Sevenarches along the southern road.
Did we gather, like, around when that happened? Like, did it seem like it was an afterthought to what happened to this person? Or did it seem like...
You didn't investigate that scene.
Gotcha.
Yeah, all I know is from what the entertainer said, and she said a few days ago or something like that. I have a name of the person. So we have some options. We can continue down this road to see if there's any other attacks or remains. Make our way to the Thin Lands. Then on our way back, since the other one may have been closer to Sevenarches, we can circle back around and check that. What do you think?
I think that is a good idea. Get multiple spots. That way you don't have to go back and forth. Did we still want to go to the Thin Lands after checking this?
Well, yes, then we might, at least I think so. We might find something. This might be the small part of something bigger.
That was my thought.
Can someone refresh my memory? What exactly is in the Thin Lanes that we are wanting so badly?
The tracks.
Well, this
Tracks.
this is another thing to investigate. Basically, it was just another thing that was
Another
told
lead.
Another lead that was told to.
That has nothing to do with this.
They're all connected.
Yeah.
Or they may be all connected.
All right.
Yeah, he got that
Well-
information from the dancer, if I recall, Melisandre.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that sounds reliable. Let's do that. I'd like also to check the shack just for
Certainly.
curiosity's sake whilst we're here.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Check away. I'll be watching out here to make sure nothing happens as... Are there clouds?
It's raining. Yes.
Oh, yes. I say we stay fairly close. Keep an eye on... Maybe someone wants to go with Karun in the shack?
Yes.
Okay.
Do that. Keep
I
my
will
eyes
try
peeled for
to-
any traps or anything.
I'll try to fix the cart because it's overturned.
Sure. I mean, it's it's kind of gross and whatnot, but it is a yeah. Maybe it sets your mind a little bit at ease, putting things back on track, as it were.
Look, Yara, with your special eyes.
Whoa!
Do you see anything here?
Should I
Nothing
be making a
extra?
check back?
Nope.
Okay.
You got all the information you're gonna get.
Oh, we don't have anything else. All right, that's fine.
It
Never
seems
mind
like it's
then.
empty, yeah. Nothing really stands out, so...
Are you all alright in there?
Yes! My special eyes indicate that we will find absolutely nothing. So perhaps we should move on with our adventures, yes?
Alright, let's go.
Very well, on the way.
I'd
They
like
follow
to,
Arashtak as he leads.
yes, continue looking at these tracks and see if they do indeed go toward the Thin Lands or somewhere specifically else.
Sure. Following the tracks that you found, you find similar tracks like you noticed at this scene. They are very similar. And go ahead and make another survival check for me, Arashtak.
Will do. I don't know how many 7s I can roll today, but I've added another one.
Sure. Yeah, you find where they were before, and you kind of lose track of them. You don't know where they're really going. They kind of went into the woods. Some of the rain probably washed them away. You lost them.
These might not go anywhere specific, unfortunately.
So
The
what is
rain is causing problems.
It's the constant thing that we're seeing. The river is still next to us, yeah?
If you went back to town, and I'm not clear on where you're headed right now.
We're going to inlands. We're just trying to see if this road, if there's any other occurrences along the road.
There is a southern road. I mean, you can head
Okay.
to the Thin Lands. You can head that direction if you'd like.
I think that is the next plan, yes?
Mhm.
Yes. And then we'll circle back, see if
Okay.
we can investigate anything else.
Now, to be clear, It was probably almost night by the time you were done investigating the scene with this overturned cart and sort of looking through everything, getting directed here, etc. So you can start your journey. It's probably getting late if you'd like to do that. And heading to the Thin Lands will probably take about 2 days.
If we travel by night, I will move closer to the front of the pack as I have dark vision. I can help keep an eye out on our path.
And I'll cast light upon my staff.
Okay.
I'll light a torch.
Very well. All right. So, everybody please make some rolls for me. Now, this is going to be dependent on what sort of spot you're taking in the group here. Who you're leading the way, Arcelia?
I'm probably behind Rashtak.
Okay. Rashtak, you're leading the way?
I suppose so.
Okay. Let's do some rolls. We're going to have some rolls for lookouts. We're going to have some rolls for people looking for camp. We're going to have some rolls for basically how well you make your camp. And we're going to have some rolls for if you're staying on the road, we don't have to do any sort of like map roll. If you'd like to do that. So who wants to be lookouts? Who wants to be in charge of the camp? Who wants to be in charge of cooking?
I'll look out.
I'll help with looking out.
I'll look for camp.
And I'll cook.
Okay.
So, Karul, get the craft camp.
I will supervise.
Okay. Lookouts, go ahead and make perception checks. Okay. Arcelia, survival check to find a good camping spot.
Okay.
Okay. Rashtak, I believe I will take either crafting or survival for...
I'll do a crafting.
Oh, there is a subsist. No, there is a subsist option for survival.
Ah, that would make sense. And survival it is.
Yep.
Any bonuses for the fact that I have a full cooking set in my bag of holding?
Yep. I'll give you a +1.
25. I finally rolled above a 10 for the first time in 2.5 hours.
Excellent. Okay, Arashtak, you make a magnificent meal here. We'll call that a crit success because of your cooking set here. So because you guys got an amazing meal, you have an adequate camping site, and you have some good lookouts. Nothing seems to happen. You find a spot off from the road, you find a nice water source, you're fed, you drink, and you rest peacefully. The night goes without trouble, and you are... was anybody hurt before? Did anybody have less than full hit points? Okay.
No.
Okay. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to give you guys some temporary HP. Everybody roll a d4.
Woo! Woo!
You get that much temporary HP. And that will last you for the day.
And there is a spot for it, by the way.
Yeah.
Right next to your current.
Okay. Now, did you travel during the night, or did you rest?
I think we rested, right?
Yeah, I believe we took out the lights and torches to find a camp and then did everything.
All right.
Yes.
Fair enough. Okay. The second day of travel continues. And it's not going to take you a full day to get to the Thinlands. Actually, let me grab this real quick because I made a group token, so I want to use it.
Ooh, group hug.
Yeah, we got a group token, so I want to use it. And you make your way to the Thinlands, which again is quite a bit swampy. The rain has actually picked up and is just kind of being horrible and a pain. Does anybody have any tents?
Actually,
Yes, I do. I have a pup tent, as a matter of fact.
would that be in the adventurers pack?
Nope.
I cannot. No. Okay, great. No, I don't have a tent.
I have soap.
I have a hooded lantern.
That's great.
I have a
Arcelia.
violin.
I also have soap. I've cleaned my cooking equipment after cooking everyone a meal.
Yeah. It was since the camping was adequate and it was kind of pissing rain, everybody everybody, I think only 2 people can fit in your tent, or it might be 1.
I wouldn't take the tent. I'm a wetlander lizard folk.
Okay.
So the water is honestly fine for me.
Okay.
This is like home.
Yeah.
Well,
Still cold
would
as
we have
shit.
been able to take the
True.
time? Because I would assume we would take the time to build some sort of a small little makeshift shelter just to last through the night.
Yeah, it was a 14 on that roll, though.
Understood.
So I'm going to say that it wasn't great, and it was leaky and gross. Everybody make a fortitude saving throw, except for the person that took the tent.
You say 2 people can fit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Who
sure.
took
A pup tent. How big is a pup tent?
Let me see.
Big enough for a puppy.
Is that the one with 2 sticks?
I definitely don't fit in that.
And I quite like the rain.
Oh, I'll go in the tent.
I'll go in the tent as well.
Makes it easy.
It looks like it'd probably be 2 people. The next tier up is 4.
Okay. So we'll say 2 people. So that's going to be Karun and Adronis.
Got a lot of papers on me.
Okay. Arcelia, we're going to say you don't get your temporary hit points, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Yeah, bit soggy. This has been a sort of a gross trek, and you're all kind of like slogging along the road. It's like really.
You know, I might be a bit stinky and wet, but it hasn't dampened my spirit.
Oh, this weather is lovely.
You know, I have something for that. If you'd like.
Me?
Mm-hmm. If you're feeling a little soggy and moist, I have a thing for you if you want it.
Is it a towel?
No, it's not. No, please. It's much better than a towel. It's, it's the tonic. Go ahead and you just have that. You can take it at your leisure.
Like how you specifically waited and called it a tonic. That's good. You're working on it. I'm very, very proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
Much more palatable.
Yes.
All right, I'll drink it.
Literally
I was
just
going-
told her to drink it.
I was gonna suggest you hold. I said hold on to it.
Seems to be a pattern. Oh. That's great.
I'm gonna have 2 temporary hit points for 1 minute. Oh, I feel great. Oh, I feel shit. My socks are wet. Oh.
Okay. So, the farms start to come into view as you continue your walks. The area around you are sort of like mist-shrouded moors, pocked with various sodden farms and villages, you can make some rolls for me. I will take First World Lore. I will take Diplomacy, Nature, or Survival. Oh, wow. That's a good start.
Look at sevens, dude.
Another 7. Wonderful.
Having some trouble finding lore. Where's this one?
If you don't have it, you don't have it.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
It's
And you said
it's a specific kind of lore.
diplomacy,
Diplomacy,
nature.
nature, or survival.
Oh no. Can't use intimidation then.
Oh, we could have done diplomacy. Whoops.
Very well.
Okay. Alrighty. Yara, would you like to use diplomacy instead of nature?
It would be
What's your modifier? Is it, how
a plus
different is it?
6, so it would be 4 more. So it would be 16.
That's very good because that's your target number that you needed. You needed to beat a 16. And
Thank you.
4 successes in this scenario gives you more information. So, here's what you learn about these mist-shrouded moors pocked with sodden farms and villages, stretching from the eastern edge of the Wildwood to the Taimon border. You talk to local residents, and they tell you stories of an eerie shadow forest phenomenon. They are insular and suspicious, and their eagerness to be free of Gorga attacks overcomes their reticence. The most talkative of them is Alderwoman Abelina Choi, who looks like this. She's a dour woman, regularly spits and alludes to her distrust of strangers, and often says, begging your pardon, when you are having these conversations with her. But you learn several things. You learn that the shadows of the invisible forest quiver and boil like the shadows of the Gorgas. According to the farmers, it's not just Gorga attacks that folks worry about around here. The region also has a long history of mysterious disappearances, many of which are attributed to a mythical being called Kanipo the Slim. Several children report nearby sightings of a tall, willowy figure matching Kanipo the Slim's description. Neither the children nor the parents have reported the figure because everybody knows that even just saying the Slim's name draws its attention. And all of this evidence suggests that both the shadowy forest effect of the thin lands and the abnormally fertile farms here are a bloom, the result of planar seepage from the first world. Locals affirm this theory with their talk of holes in the world that show through into the shadow forest. A few brave locals have even stepped through these holes, never to return.
Well,
Some kind of hole. Got it.
This might be above our pay grade.
What are we getting paid?
How do we
Nothing.
find such a hole?
Apparently you wander into it. But the whole idea was for us to be able to get closer to the Aiudara. We do something for them, we scratch their back, they scratch ours.
Did
Certainly.
the holes refer to the Aiudara? To the...
What?
do the holes refer to the portals? Is that what they're talking about here?
The locals mentioned something about the first world. Now, you can make a roll for first world lore, or I would take... What is your esoteric lore cover by default, Arcelia?
Creatures, haunts, or curses.
None of those, so this would be with your -2 penalty. I would take...
Occultism?
No, wouldn't be. Yeah, it would be lore-based primarily, and I'll take esoteric lore.
It's an 11, not for me.
Are there any religions surrounding the first world?
Well,
It's a good question.
I guess I vote that we find the child and ask it.
So here's what I'll do. We've already made some rolls here. Arcelia, you got a 24 on your diplomacy check. A lot of people here that you've had conversations with had this to say about... They said it was like another place, and it was a different world. Not like our own.
Were there any reports of people saying they saw something that drew them to these holes?
No. You wouldn't have... I mean, they definitely have said that some locals have stepped through these holes, but they've never returned.
Okay. I wish the doctor was here with us. Like he'd have some kind of insight that we just can't see right now.
He'd be very interested in this, that's for sure.
Indeed.
Well,
We know that the creature called Kenepo the Slim is seen primarily by children. I suggest we ask one and find out where it saw the creature.
I don't think we were supposed to say the name. They were specifically telling us that.
But
K-Pizzle, then.
K-Pizzle.
Well, if you have to come
Alright.
up with code names, it's the best I've got.
Either
Probably
way,
best to...
we saw a pair of tracks that were quite large with those beasts, did we not? It is quite possible that Karun is very correct in the approach that we should be taking.
No, I understand, but we don't want to go up and say, hey, have you seen... Kids are not going to respond that way.
True. There is a terrible idea as an option. It said this creature is drawn to those that call its name. We could get somewhat outside of town and see about getting its attention.
We could find someone to say the name, that's right.
I suggested us so it is not someone else getting involved.
Oh,
We should try ourselves before we ask anyone else. What
well,
if
which
it's
one
too
of you
much?
is going to do it?
But what
It's
about this
very-
invisible wood or forest or whatever it's called? Maybe we ask which direction that is, because that could be a great place to start. And also gets us away from the locals, so that we don't draw some sort of creature that will eat them all.
Yes, why
We
not?
only heard the opinion of this one lady who wears twigs in their hats. I think we should still ask a child who's probably had... Not you, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Find a colorful twigs.
I think we should find a child and then ask it so that we can figure out exactly where it saw it. And that would be a really good place to start.
It's not a bad idea.
Aaron was good with children.
They are usually afraid of me.
I have candy.
That's made God's suspicion.
Yara, why don't you ask the child? I believe that you are the more normal. I can ask, but... Or maybe we should go together. I don't know.
Either way is fine with me.
All right. Well, let's... How about this? Yara and I will go ask some children, ask around. And you can see if you see anything around here that's... could lead us into a... Or maybe you can ask if there's a certain track that those people have taken that went missing. If we can see if there's any indication of a hole leading to another world, but don't go walking into one.
We'll have a look at some of the shadows around here. You guys find a child, ask it about the cave puzzle, and then meet us back here.
Right, sounds good.
That is a good place for us to end our session today.